What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So USC's ranking did jump up them back to #1 according to On3, which is great after Mark Bowman's commitment. And speaking of Mark Bowman, according to Rivals, he has now ranked a new 5-star over there, which is pretty cool. And there were some things that some rumors came out saying that USC is paying him from roughly like $8 to $10 million over the next 3 years once he gets into college. So that was pretty interesting. Like, people are wondering why would they pay so much for a tight end, but really he's a playmaker. He's more of like a very athletic tight end, kind of like in the same vein of Brock Bowers, which is why Georgia and Texas were so after him. But USC's package of money, their NIL stuff, and playing time and playing close to home for his family and stuff made it just that much more sweeter, which is basically why he wanted to stay, which I'm glad he did. But it just means USC is in there for these players, especially these top players, when it comes to the NIL stuff. And even Steve Wiltfong of On3 recently said that there's a lot of excitement around the program, and in the NIL era, USC is as powerful as any program in the country right now. And it took USC and Lincoln Riley a couple years to get all their NIL stuff situated and all that stuff, but now it's up and running and they're trying to get whoever they want. So it's kind of like, in the future, if they want one of those top quarterbacks, they can most likely afford them. So we'll see what ends up happening later in the future for them, especially at that position. But this weekend is a big time visit weekend. Obviously, most of the guys that are coming are committed. A couple guys that aren't, like 4-star wide receiver Bowie Feaster, 4-star athlete Jalen Lott, 4-star cornerback Peyton Dyer, 5-star safety Jet Washington, and 4-star linebacker Talanoa Ely. And a lot of those guys, especially according to Tom Loy of 247 Sports, says that they are guys to watch this week who are visiting USC. Jet Washington, Ethan Feaster, who is Bowie Feaster, Talanoa Ely, the linebacker Jalen Lott, and Peyton Dyer too. So maybe he feels they might be committing soon, which is pretty interesting. So hopefully they do end up choosing USC. And it looked like USC is cleaning up when it comes to the top 10 in California. They have 3 of those guys already. They're still in the running for Brandon Arrington, the top guy. Ryder Lyons is kind of up and down right now. Richard Wesley and Davon Benjamin. So we'll see how many more they get. And speaking of 5-star quarterback Hassan Longstreet, looks like he has impressed at USC in spring, and even Lincoln Riley's talking great about him, but we'll see who ends up starting for them in the fall. Speaking of Ryder Lyons, looks like he has canceled his visit to USC coming up, so I guess we'll find out exactly when and if he decides to return to USC or not for a visit. And then when it comes to USC running back Wayman Jordan, looks like he inked an NIL deal with C4 Energy, so congrats to him. And then new cornerback Chasen Johnson and incoming defensive lineman Gus Cordova recently signed with House of Victory, so congrats to those guys. A little bit of a football update for you from USC. So yeah.